Beatniks Goph. Today, we're talking about cool. What is cool? If you're not cool, can you become cool? These are the things we're looking to find out. Today we have three very special guests. Dr. Beatniks Goph from the Revue Institute of Brain Research. We have Lane Pantry from Style Monkey magazine, whose new book, Try Harder to Look Better, has spent the last 14 weeks on the New York Times bestsellers list. And Mr. Stig Modell, auto mechanic, part-time bartender. Stig was recently voted as coolest man alive by Style Monkey magazine. Folks, let's just get right into it. Dr. Bunch, what makes the brain of a cool person different from your average person?
We found in dissecting the brains of primates that the frontal cortex actually pulls away from the other lobes of the brain in a manner that can only be described as aloof yet strangely attractive. We find that in both primates and humans, coolness tends to emerge at the onset of puberty and peaks typically within the following 10 years.
Like the mid-20s?
Yes.
Are there ever any exceptions?
There have been recorded incidents where an individual has had late onset coolness, typically brought upon by traumatic injury, a road accident, kickboxing injury, roofing fall, instances where the individual has literally had the coolness beat into them.
That's very, very interesting. Now, I know you've all been wondering, can children ever be cool?
No! There is no such thing as a cool child. In fact, the entire record system that we've been keeping at the Institute, there's been only one record of a cool baby ever being born. That was on June 7th, 1958, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Prince Rogers Nelson was the only incident of a cool baby being born, and our records trace all the way back, all the way through the American Civil War.
Fascinating. Thank you so much for that information. I think we're learning a lot. Now, over you, Lane. Fashions literally change from season to season, but cool is both ephemeral and eternal. How does Style Monkey magazine define cool? Well, Susan, at Style Monkey, we think it comes down to four things: fashion, originality, nonchalance, and the zeitgeist, or what we like to call the cool scale. Cool scale, also known as the Fawn scale. The Fawn scale? Sure. We think everybody has a Fawn's number. A number between 1 and 100 that correlates to your coolness, innate and external. For example, Susan, you are a 28 on the Fawn scale. Henry Kissinger, for example. Henry Kissinger would be an 11. The Kit is a 66. Joey Ramone comes in very high on the Fawn scale at a 73. And of course, Mr. Stig Modell is the highest recorded Fawn's number of all time at an 87. 87, folks. 87! How did he do it? How did he get to an 87? Well, let's take a look, shall we? Leather jacket. Legitimately worn blue jeans. An attitude that is both serene, confident. Hair that is both unkempt and somehow kept. Yes, the ability to do a lube job on a 67 Dodge Charger. He can also recommend a single malt scotch that is both affordable and little heard of. He has a record collection that ranges from the Pogues to Blind Melon to bands you've never even heard of. He's got an icy stare, warm smile, a firm handshake, that thing where when you look into his eyes you can see see that he's been hurt before, but he tried real hard. Shouldn't be the one to fix it. He's got it all. That's a lot of cool credentials, I would say. Very, very cool. But what I want to know is, does all this cool come at a price? Let's ask the man himself, Stan Rodell. How does it feel to be ranked by Sound Looking Magazine as so cool, especially after hearing all you've heard from Lane and from Dr. Bunch? Stan. Stan?
He's dead, Susan.
Okay. Nobody panic.
Someone call 911. I will begin CPR.
Don't you see? Don't you see what's just happened? This is record-breaking. He has just died on national television, which has cranked his cool scale to a 98. This is unprecedented.
Medically, I'd have to agree, Susan.
Very, very cool. This is, it happened here on our, folks, it happened here on our stage and we're all a part of it. We all just That's all the time we have here on Go Figure. Thank you so much for being such a kind audience. I'd like to thank Dr. Bunch, Lane, and the late, the great, the very cool Stan Rodell.